I wasn't as much concerned about the financial piece, because I don't think the board should be concerned about the financial piece. I just didn't want the physician to feel like that they were going to be burdened with, once they heard the entirety of the case, trying to deal with it the best they could via an iPad. I wanted the physician to be able to say no if they wanted to on the internet.
Oh, okay. I thought you were concerned with taking the money and running.
No. I don't think that's a regulatory board responsibility. I think the Attorney General will say that. But from my standpoint,
I think most physicians are going to just do that naturally. I think.
Okay. Are we ready to proceed? Okay. So jump to page 2 there. We've already talked about the age 18 issue, and I think, Kevin, you've got clear direction on how to redraft that. To
clear in my mind right now. When I get back, turn my computer, they change it out.
And so the sun's raised at the top of your
I
head.
like that.
Okay. So let's get to the issue of the controlled substance prescribing, because that's not one that we have talked about collectively as a group, but I think could be a controversial one. I know we've seen in other states, David, from your analysis that you did. How broad is that, and what is the committee's general consensus on, is it a good or bad idea?
Well, as far as other states, from what I can tell, that was every single state is generally not allowed to do controls. So sometimes the word is control, sometimes it's dangerous. I mean, it's a little loose at times as to dangers and
So lifestyle.
yes, narcotics and stuff like that. My concern once again is that we kind of put in here, and I know I kind of did it in my comment too. I didn't put it in a list of what it takes to establish a relationship, but as kind of a postscript is that you shouldn't be able to do this. But we're really talking about establishment of a relationship. So I don't really know that issuing a prescription is really the establishment of a relationship. That's a principle we might want to recommend that the board not allow for telemedicine, but it wouldn't be in this list of items to establish the relationship. Does that make sense?
Yeah, very much. It's like, basically it's an exclusion if the relationship is established in this manner.
Yes, and that's the way in most states. It's like, it's not really part of the definition of how you establish a relationship. It's part of the framework of what we can or can't do to telemedicine.
And that's how several of these would be structured if it was to be redrafted that way, right?
So far,
the 14 days supply, for instance.
yes, the 14 days supply. So yes, for sure.
Well, so with the drafting issue in mind, Kevin, you're taking focus notes, I hope. Thank you for that look. Well, is there a general consensus that is a bad thing, a good thing, an exceptional thing?
Bad. And we have trouble with it in life.
Very good comment.
Well, when you're talking about controlled substances or dangerous substances, you're talking about different schedules. You can't prescribe Schedule 2s now anyway, even without writing a written prescription.
Although electronic prescribing controlled substances will allow that, and so that's not far off.
Well, but
from being reality.
That would be in the board's, up to the board to decide what they think the dangerous drugs that shouldn't be used. There's certainly things Schedule 2 or Schedule 3. I don't think you should prescribe without any patient seeing the patient face to face. We don't do that on the phone. That's a good point. I mean, and the only time you do it on the phone now is generally a post-op patient or someone that's having to run out of pain medicine and they need a few more for a week. And then you tell them, go see your doctor on Monday. I'm covering the physician. Yeah, I'll give you 5 more of these, but go see your doctor on Monday. Gotcha. So, David, does the society have a specific opinion on that?
Yeah, this was the same language I'm looking to see that we had talked about. I might prefer to talk first about the schedules, which we should or shouldn't put in there, but definitely some kind of exclusion for the language.
again,
So
I
Kevin,
think I made this comment last time, I would stay away from dangerous
Right, I mean,
and actually list out exactly what you're excluding or what is allowed. Instead of doing the exclusion, you're allowed to do this and no, nothing higher, nothing beyond that or something.
so if this committee can't come up with a consensus, could you at least make note that that's one of those topical issues we need full board to address on what they consider to be appropriate or not appropriate?
I would say as a legislator, I don't think any of the ones who were working, companies working with the legislature for a broader definition purported to prescribe controlled substances via telemedicine, so it wasn't really
That most of all the companies I've talked to, they don't, and they specifically prohibited by their doctor. That's lifestyle medications, psychotropic drugs.
I think they exclude all of that.
Yeah, and I think they say that. I don't know if it works that way in practice. We haven't had experience with that, but.
Do we also, I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
So we also want to include lifestyle drugs in this list of medication that should not be prescribed.
Could you speak into the Bible?
Oh, I'm sorry. Should we also include lifestyle drugs in this list?
Sorry, what's wrong with that?
The Viagra, the Alice. I think that's a question that we're going to have to ask to put to the board.
Yeah, I would define controlled substances. I know doctors, and it, I would say which is defined as or included.
We've got both, federal statute and state statute to define controlled substances. Lifestyle drugs become a little more difficult because that there is a statutory definition.
Something that goes along with, I read the pharmacy board recommendations, and they're taking prescriptions from prescribers, and it has some pretty rigid language in there about what kind of prescriptions they could take from physicians. In other words, that somebody had to do the extreme physical on the patient and establish a patient relationship. And so these recommendations won't really affect that, really.
Yeah, I think that particular rate you're talking about is around the interaction drugs. But I'm not thinking cool that for sure.